Caleb, I wanted to ask you because you brought up Fishtank before the show. Have you been following along, watching that?
I haven't been following along as much as just seeing who's the black guy who jacks off a lot.
Burt.
He burts off, yeah. He burts off. I've been seeing Burt clips, a lot of Burt clips, and the first one was like, there's a serial killer, a murderer on Fishtank, and I was like, that's pretty interesting. And then obviously I just kept scrolling, and then like more and more keeps happening, and I saw him on maybe it was this morning or last night, a rant of him talking about his education. Yeah. And like, I don't know what's real. And I don't know. I've just seen some clips on TikTok, but yeah, Burt. I like Burt.
Yeah.
Burt's
Burt rules. That clip you saw about his education. Like, the thing with the fan base of Fishtank is that anything anyone on the show says is verified, fact checked, researched, doxed, and posted within 10 seconds. Yeah. And so when Burt got exasperated, and I told these guys before, because a lot of people think he's like a retard. Like, they think he's like some blithering idiot, and he's genuinely not. Like, he clearly has a lot of social maladaptive issues and is like clearly like a sex pest pervert, but he's not dumb. Like, he has like a master's degree in applied mathematics or like a PhD in applied mathematics. Like, that's not the kind of thing stupid people go
We're like
into.
100% sure on that.
Yes. Like, he's a member of Mensa, which it's funny because you need to be a high IQ to be a member of Mensa, but you also need to be a bit of a dullard to fall for Mensa in the first place. Yeah. That like you're going to pay to be a member of this thing. And so it's like, it's a confluence of like supreme intellect and supreme gullibility, and those are the people who end up.
Well, he's clearly mentally ill. Like I don't know.
Oh, for sure, dude. He's threatened to fuck aggressively every person who's come on the show, every single person. And it's only the fact that he's also goofy that allows it to play off as a bit silly. Because if he was like a normal person behaving the way he does sexually to people, it would immediately be like, this guy's a terrifying, aggressive predator.
Yeah.
That clip you sent earlier it's comedy gold the way it's edited, because a white guy is walking into a bedroom.
Can you post it, Zach?
He looks busy.
I don't think we can show that video.
The masturbation one. But the white guy's walking through the house and he looks busy, like he's going to like find his other sock or something. And as he rounds the corner and walks into the bathroom, we cut to camera 2, and it's just Burt masturbating furiously. Like, you can see everything. Like, you can see his stroke, and like this dude immediately just goes, Jesus Christmas, and just walks away. Like, just walks away, and you can tell, like,
dude, he was the man
he's numb to it now. This is not the
that
first
was the
time.
same. That was the same guy who I showed you that clip the other day, where he walks in there with Burt into a secluded room, and the white guy is like, Burt, you're on the outs, but we're trying to bring you back in with the boys. We need to get the votes on our side. So are you going to keep playing with the girls as kind of a double agent, or are you going to finally come to the boys team? And then Burt's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. I thought you asked me in here so we could hook up. And then the guy's like, Burt, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, just exasperated, because if you just see that one clip, you might think that was the one time he was doing that. No, he's been trying to fuck everyone the whole time. He hasn't fucked anybody yet. Hasn't fucked anyone yet. He's birded off. This guy he's birded off every 6 hours for 5 weeks.
It's like 3
on
times
TV.
You know what I would do if I were
3
Sam?
times a day?
At the end, when you've got like your winner, if I remember correctly, last season he paid a couple people, like maybe gold, silver, and even a bronze. Like, he gave everybody a little cash. He splashed it around a bit. Like, if Burt doesn't win some cash, they should have counted how many times he birded off and give him like $5 each time.
Oh yeah, dude, Burt's gonna. I'm hoping he wins. He's so fucking funny. He blows the, like, as far as just looking at it from a content perspective. Sure, he's a creep and he's kind of a sex pest, but just purely content focused. He's
Kevin Spacey
so far and away the funniest.
Glasses, I see.
Kevin Spacey colored glasses, if you want to call it that. Yeah, because he's just so funny. He's great. They tricked him today into like some Trump impersonator called on the phone, and Alex Stein was like, Trump is here to talk and encourage you. And Burt was like, fuck you. I don't even like you. I believe that you're Trump, and I don't know. I don't trust you. And then like within 30 minutes, they had Burt in the confessional, like wearing a MAGA hat, being like,
Oh my God.
I was misled. I had no idea that was Donald Trump. And I'm understanding that he tweeted about it, and a lot of people are upset at me. And what I'm here to say is I don't actually even know anything about politics. I'm more into sex and just straight up. He's like, I don't follow politics. I don't know anything about it. And so I just need you to take everything I've said with a grain of salt. And I hope I didn't upset anyone too much. He has this people with schizoaffective disorder have like rapid, fast-paced speech in bursts, and so that's often how they talk. And so you can tell he's doing. If it comes out that he's faking or putting this on at the end of it, like Daniel Day-Lewis needs to come and take lessons from him in all sincerity, because if he's faking this, it's the greatest acting performance of all time. Nothing comes close. No, there's no chance he's faking it. He's doing this.
I have something to admit. I've been jacking off only twice a day.
Yeah, I've been jacking off only twice a day. I told you when he was
one of these was just for show.
he was jacking off, and then fucking Alex Stein came to him pretending to be the executive producer from like NBC and was like, Burt, are you coming? Are you climaxing on screen? Because we can't show that. And he's like, no, I have been burning off, but I haven't been coming. I've just been gooning. Just used the word gooning. And
see what Caleb posted. Like that's gonna be it. He's pulling the Kaiser Soze.
Oh yeah, he's gonna Burt walking out of the tank with $50,000 in hand. That would be great. I fucking hope Burt wins. Big shout out to Burt, that fucking weirdo. He's great. Like they couldn't have lucked into a better person for a show like this. Like there's no possible way to luck into someone better from a content perspective than Burt. He's incredible. I don't know how they could bring Burt back and not immediately off-put everyone else in the house, because like it's literally just his mental issues and bizarre cadence that makes him not the most creepy ghoul imaginable. Like any man, like if you went into the house as a contestant, Kyle, within 5 seconds, he would be arm around you, getting close, talking to you about whether or not you've ever had sex with a guy before. Like he's a predator. He literally yesterday they were asking him, they were like, so Burt, like Alex Stein, the big booty Latina AOC guy, he was very funny. And he was like, so Burt, it's just casual conversation. He's like, Burt, so like you're out on the town all the time? This was after Burt admitted to fucking 300 guys. And Alex was like, so you're just out and about, like, but you don't drink or do anything like that. So like, what do you do? And Burt's like, yeah, something I've found is that when I am out and about with other gay men, a lot of them enjoy alcohol and drugs immensely, and I am not into alcohol or drugs. And so what I've noticed is that once they get drunk, I can convince them to do things that they would not do otherwise. And I see that as a benefit, because I go out with these men and they get drunk and I do not. And that allows me to control the situation. And Alex was literally like
predator shit.
Alex was literally like, Burt, that's fucked, man. Like, do you not see that like you're getting men drunk and having maybe sex with them when they don't want shit. And Burt's like, I really don't see it that way. I see them as adult men who make their own decisions, and if they decide to get drunk and whatever is a result of that is what happens.
Oh wow, Burt's a libertarian.
Like, Burt he's a ghoul. He's despicable in his sexual behavior, but hilarious. And so what am I going to do?
Has he been in jail? Is he medicated?
Yes. Yeah. This
is the medicated version of him. Okay. Yes.
So he's taking like lithium and like antipsychotic drugs and stuff, seemingly. But it doesn't seem to be taking.
Or it is taking. Like, you have no idea what non-medicated Burt would be like.
That's fair. Yeah. There'd be no idea. But he kills me. He is so fucking fun. The stuff he will say just in passing, like, hey, introduce yourself to the other members of the house. And he's like, I sometimes will hurt myself sexually because it turns me on. And it's like, that's what you lead with to a new person, Burt? That you like to hurt yourself sexually to get off? And he just doesn't get it. So cool. He doesn't. Yeah, Burt rules. Big shout out to Burt. Keep having fun at the gay sex clubs, getting guys drunk.
Let me ask you this, Taylor. Let me ask you this: would Burt make an interesting guest on the show? Could we have a Burt here and deal with him and have any fun of it?
60 minutes.
I've thought about that.
60 seconds.
Yeah, if we could do, it would be tough because conversationally, I don't know how much we could get out of it. It's more of like, it's his behavior that's hilarious and his unwitting verbal jokes. Like he doesn't know he's making jokes. They literally, they told him on the show today, like some TTS was like, Burt, we like you, but please make more jokes and less things about sex. And he's like, I don't know what any of you are talking about. I haven't made a single joke since I've been here. This has been the most stressful situation of my life. And all of you are bullying me over not being funny. And meanwhile, I haven't even had sex in 6 weeks now, and I'm just trying to, and even when I Burt off, all of you guys are telling me that that's wrong, and so I don't know what you want of me. What do you want of me? And it's like, and then like the next TTS will be like, Burt, have you noticed there are 11 people now in the house, 11 laws of Solomon, 11 eras of the Ming Dynasty. Are you not putting it together yet? And he's like, well, I haven't fully considered this. Let me write it down. And so like he's like, he'll sometimes like pull a notebook up and just be sitting there, and text to speech is saying stuff like, Burt, the Federal Reserve was created in 1913. 13, the unlucky number. 13 divided into the tribes of Judah. And he's like, I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to put the pieces together. And it's like,
one you said in the other show that got to me was like, Burt, you're getting so close. How have you not checked this woman's plushies yet? I guess she had like prize toys or something. Yep. And so she's sleeping in bed and he's trying to steal her like sleeping stuffed animals. To get to the bottom of this, whatever this is, I don't know.
There's no mystery. Like literally production has had to, before they started the second half of the series, where they were like, hey guys, we're going to invite new people and your job is now to be, passe about it and allow them to think you're also new. And they had to go up to Burt in the penthouse when he was having like a schizo rambling hour and be like, Burt, none of these clues and things you're investigating are real. None of this is real. The show is called Fishtank, and it's a reality show where we have cameras and we, make jokes and bits out of the things that are occurring on the screen. So when people arrive here tomorrow, please don't talk about any of these theories you have. Please. Because it's going to identify you as someone who's been here longer than them, and they're immediately going to know that the jig is up. And he's like, yes, I understand 100%. And they're like, do you really understand though, Burt? Or are you just telling me what I want to hear? And he's like, I 100% understand. And I will abide by these restrictions. And they're like, okay, they leave immediately looking at the camera. He's like, so producer Ben just came in and told me that none of the clues that I'm looking through have any relevance moving forward, but I think that might actually be an intention of preventing me from researching this further. And so it's just him doing shit like that. It's so funny, hilarious. Big shout outs to Burt, the black sex pest.
How much more time is left? Like how long until
2 weeks? There's 2 more weeks. Yeah. And so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for Burt. If it's not a Burt win, I'm going to be very disappointed. Like no one else has. You earn it through the content you create, and no one has earned it as much as he. It seems
like they just choose who they want to win. So I would guess Burt's going to win.
I hope so. I hope it's not that blue-haired bitch Binks, because she hasn't made any content at all so far. So
why are you worried about her? Why is she the threat to Burt?
She was shitty to him, where she lied to Burt a few days ago and said, Burt, this new guy sexually assaulted me, or like not sexually, but like he assaulted me. And then Burt, like he sometimes spazzes out and he sees this Binks lady as someone he's been with for the past month. And so he went in there and was like, why were you assaulting Binks? That is an inappropriate thing. And I'm not okay with you behaving that way. And the other guy was like, go fuck yourself, dude. I didn't touch her. What are you talking about? Like, I didn't do anything to this girl. I don't know this blue-haired girl. None of us do. We're all new here. And so Burt challenged that guy to box because boxing is how they settle things in Fishtank often. And so they boxed, but Burt has fake muscle implants and isn't athletic. And so this like little guy beat him up pretty bad. Not like letting you rain blows on someone, but like it was a clear fight win the other guy had over Burt. And then right after that, and the reason Burt got in the fight was to defend this perceived slight to this woman's honor. And then he goes back in the kitchen, and that same woman who goaded him to fight on her behalf then realized the tone of the TTS had changed and they wanted her to like be mean. And so she took eggs out of the fridge and started egging Burt. Just throwing eggs at him, being like, Burt, you're a fucking weirdo pervert. And Burt was like having a meltdown where he's like, I don't understand why you're upset with me. I just defended you. I attempted to defend you against someone who assaulted you. And I believe what you said. But now I'm indicating that he didn't assault you and you tricked me. And like going, like having a little bit of a serious meltdown while she's egging him. And then she was like, pour this yogurt on your head to show that you're wrong. And he was like, I don't understand why I'm doing this, but I guess if it makes you happy. And so like he's doing that. And then literally after that, like production came up and was like, Burt, let's get you rinsed off. Let's get you up to bedroom 3. We're going to chill out. Rest of the night, no text to speech. Chilling out, you're doing great. And Burt was still worried. He was like, but is this going to impact my ability to compete moving forward with the rest of the group? And they're like, no, you chill, do whatever you want. If you want something from us, you let us know. Just call out for production.
If I'm production, my sense of justice is not being met here.
Yeah.
I want to be like, Burt, this woman did you wrong. She lied to you. She tricked you. She egged you. She's abusive to you. We settle things through boxing around. So I'm going to take this fucking whore and I'm going to give her some gloves and I'm going to give you 7.5 minutes.
I suppose I can do it. Dude, I totally agree. When I saw that, I was like, how could you do this to my boy Burt? How could you abuse him this way? He's just a good home Ghanan immigrant homosexual who's trying to live his life in a really deviant, horrible way a lot of times.
I wonder how they found him. Like, I know they like did multiple things to find contestants. I wonder specifically like what he that got him into that house.
I think they saw his business card and immediately were like, he's going to be on the show.
Yeah,
because his business card says it's like him with a baseball bat, shirtless, and then under it says like Burt Obang or whatever his name is, and it's like Black Dom, porn star, genius, 160 IQ, athlete, gay, just a ridiculous list of descriptors of this gentleman. Let me try and find Burt's.
I think you sent a picture of it. I remember seeing him maybe with the baseball bat or something like that. To find out that those muscles were fake was shocking because they don't look fake.
Yes. Yeah.
It was obvious they were fake the first time he stepped in the boxing.
Isn't that expensive? Like is that $25,000 worth of muscles he's got?
He's wealthy. He's not struggling for money.
How did he make his money again? I forgot.
I don't know what his job is.
Porn star.
But, I think he does well or makes some money from his porn thing, but he also maybe like a computer programmer. I don't know. Like he's a very smart guy, and apparently because anytime you're a contestant on Fishtank, you get doxxed immediately because like there's no more thorough group of people than like 4chan guys. Like no one can find stuff faster than those dudes, and so they immediately find it and. They found out that like, oh, wow, this contestant is in a huge amount of debt. This contestant is in a huge amount of debt. This contestant, Burt, is actually loaded, like does pretty well. And he And Burt has said before, if he wins, he wants to split the money with some other contestants that he likes because he says he doesn't care about the 50K because that's not a big deal to him. And so, anyway, we've lingered on Fishtank too long, but very funny show. I encourage everyone, fishtank.live, check it out. Very funny.